welcome to ACD Combatives, your combatives and control tactics channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Alright guys, this is Kurt. I had a request. Somebody saw the Nordic Track, I guess, and wanted to know a little bit more about it. As you know, I've done one or two reviews on the Total Gym, and I love it. But just so you know what kind of equipment we have, if you see something you're interested in me reviewing, we've got this new ski-erg machine. My wife is a big fan of it. She, as you know, is a power lifter and a CrossFitter and so forth, but they use the ski-erg quite a bit in CrossFit. So if you have any questions about that, I'll do a review on that. Got the Aerodyne Pro bike, so if you were interested in that, I'll do a review on that. And over here in the corner, up in this configuration, is the Concept 2 row machine. I mean, you kind of see what we pretty much have in the gym. If you're interested in a review on anything that pops out at you, let me know. And as you know, this is more of a martial arts combatives and control tactics channel, but fitness goes along with that, general fitness. But this review is going to be on the Nordic Track, so let's get going. So my review of the Nordic Track, and I apologize for this review because I'm going to be using this camera of mine, my body cam, to help me out with this. So this is the Nordic Track. Guys, with COVID-19, a lot of gyms are not closed anymore, but they're slowly reopening, but you can only have so many people in them. You have to have a mask. So you know I did a Total Gym review and how much I love the Total Gym. And what's so great about this for you home exercisers is that you can fold it up and slide it under your bed or stick it in a closet. And the same goes for the Nordic Track. You can drop this arm and you can fold it down for easy storage. And I'll probably do some kind of review of that. So now you probably don't know this about me for the people that do know me, but right out of high school I actually worked for Nordic Track in one of their, back in the day they used to have little shops in the malls, but I used to work for Nordic Track, and these bad boys sold themselves. It wasn't a commission position, or I'd probably still be working there, because at the time these things sold themselves. People would walk in knowing they wanted to be in shape. All I had to do was show them how to use the machine. So this one is fairly new to me. I've had Nordic Tracks off and on over the years. I used to just have the Sequoia model, which is basically the Pro without the elevation stands, but I'm pretty sure all they make now is the Nordic Track Pro, and they call it the Classic Pro model. Let's see if I can zoom into that. I don't even know if you can see that. Forgive me again. Let me do this on this side. It doesn't really matter. A rose by any name, right? So this is the Classic Pro. They might make a fitness club model. They did back in the day that was super sturdy, but it was different. It didn't have the cord handles, and I will demonstrate how to use this thing here in a second. But right now I just want you to get a close-up. Now guys, because of COVID, it took forever for me to get my machine. But that's okay. As you can see, I'm not in want of other exercise equipment. You know, so it's not like I wasn't getting anything. And you would think from this gym that I would be a Greek god, and you're like, dude, you're kind of like a soft, regular dude. What the hell? Yeah, this is my wife's gym. She's the extreme CrossFitter. She's the power lifter. She's the one that likes to throw iron. I'm the guy that goes to the gym and worked out on the Nautilus machines listening to my headphones, and was completely content, and then go home after an hour with a glisten, not a hardcore sweat. My exercise of choice, where I really get into it, is mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu. You know that from the channel. But these, if you've ever cross-country skied, and I'm from Wisconsin originally, and yeah, that's pretty much the skiing you have in Wisconsin. They have no mountains. They have some pretty large hills, I guess. but cross country is the skiing sport of choice. Nordic Track makes this thing. It's I have jokingly put these on my feet when I remember and cross country skied across the carpet in an old house that I used to live in. These just slide back and forth real easily. Let me get onto the machine. This is how you adjust the resistance. You don't want it too tough because then the spin wheel doesn't turn. An important aspect about this machine is that the pad has to be adjusted properly. I like to have it just below the belly button, above the crease in the legs. You just turn these knobs here. Hopefully this is coming up on the channel on the camera well. You tighten them up again. If you want to drop the front down, there's these two pins on both sides. It's like pressure round pins. You push them in and the front drops. And there at the bottom, there's some pivot pins that you can drop it down. So this could slide under a bed or go up in a closet. So without the cords, without the ski cords, just like so, you close into it. You'll practice this at first, because I noticed a lot of people lean forward when I was selling these things, and they would come off the back like this. So what I recommend is to get used to it, and if you're not in good shape, that's great. You can use the pegs anyway. And then you, just like you hear me talk about in my grappling videos, that good arch, just like when you're grappling, you need that good arch. And you can move your arms, you can even put some weights in your hands, and do this without the cords. I've known people that didn't like the cords, they have 5-pound weights, and they just use the weights. You can just put the weights in your hands, the timer, calorie count, distance, and pulse. It comes with a little pulse cord that fits in here and puts your guys, it's garbage. Get yourself one of those bands if you really care about your target pulse. So, looks like I've been doing this for a week, and I've got it down. I found the perfect elevation that I like. It's time to get the cords involved. I tell people a lot of times just try it like this for a while, and then make sure you got that, and then just support yourself like this. And then when you're ready, you start using the cords. And you get fancy after a while, start flipping the cords, juggling them. I used to do that on the showroom floor. I could get them spinning really good. Guys, use the tension screw right here to make it harder. The difference between this and real cross-country skiing is cross-country skiing is a push-off, and this is a pull. But guys, this is a really good exercise. You can do this for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. What I like to do is do a minute on this, and then I go to the ski erg for a minute. It's a different type of motion. It's like a downhill motion, and this is like a cross-country ski motion. I like to use the machines like in a circuit training. I'll do like a minute or two on the total gym, maybe pull-up position, a minute or two on this, a minute or two on the ski erg, maybe a minute of kettlebell swing, maybe box jumps. You get the idea. I'll put the ground and pound bag down and do knee and belly transitions. That's how I like to work out. I'm not a bodybuilder, obviously. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you about this machine. I know that I'm going to miss something, and people are going to be like, hey, you didn't talk about this, you didn't talk about that. There is the stands on the bottom. This is the difference between the old Sequoia model and the Pro. You can actually elevate it. I never really did that. I never felt the need. I liked the Pro because it had a wider base. So depending on what kind of surface you're on, there's less tilt. You see motion in the machine, guys. It's a sturdy machine. This is just because you've got the breakdown pegs, and so there can be a little motion. And it actually is good in the long run because you're going into the pad, and there's that motion because you're shifting back and forth. Guys, this is an awesome machine. It doesn't get the kudos that it deserves. It used to be a big thing back in the day. In the 90s, this machine sold like hotcakes. And now there's all these great things on the market that everybody loves, and they've forgotten about the Nordic Track. Guys, cross-country skiing is one of the greatest cardio exercises you can do. Anyone that's done it knows what I'm talking about. It's a great exercise. There's so many amazing machines on the market. It's like saturation, information overload on all the different machines. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm 50, I was born in 71. I grew up through the 80s and 90s, and I used to sell these things, so I probably have a soft spot in my heart for it, but I've never owned anything over the years. Every time I'd move, because I moved around a lot, it moved really easy. Every once in a while I would get rid of it or sell it to somebody, and then remember how much I loved it and missed it. I regretted selling this over the years, and so I had to get a new one. And of course, when I decided I wanted a new one, it was during COVID-19, and so it took forever to ship. I think they're getting better now, so it's up to you to figure out. These handles, I've noticed, are better than the old ones. The old ones back in the day were more of a softer plastic. These are really solid. The cord comes knotted with my mind just went, a washer. And it's not with a washer, and this end pops off. You can adjust the length a little bit. It was a little short for me when I first got it, so I opened up the caps and I readjusted the knot length, and now it's perfect. Again, I recommend that you start out like this, and then eventually you start walking, and then you can start holding yourself up, and then slowly, it'll take a week. You might pick it up overnight, and then you start getting into this. Guys, again, I can't stress how great this machine is. If you only had one piece of cardio machine, this would be it. I mean, for me. All this other stuff my wife loves, and she likes this machine too. She just, from CrossFit, she likes the rower, and the skier is her favorite. I think the skier is her favorite piece of equipment. We just got that too, and if you ask, I'll do a review on it. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please light me up in the comments. My email is attached to my channel. It's hotkeyconcepts.com. Feel free to send me those emails. It's specific to this channel, so I know if I get an email from that source, it's for this channel. All right, guys, this is your channel, so let me know. Everybody stay safe.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful.